Ladies and gentlemen, boys and ghouls, it's time for below grade level. Watch out, we're right behind you.
Hello and welcome to Below Grade Level, the show where we take the books that we read as kids and read them as adults and ruin them. And boy, are we going to ruin this book today. So, I'm one of your hosts, Jonathan Eaton. Chris and Bekah are not here because this is the last of the Legacy episodes, and I'm doing a little pre-recorded intro for you to listen to. We are reading Let's Get Invisible, Goosebumps number 6. This is... Okay. First of all, let's find out what happened last time. Last time on Let's Get Invisible, all the kids get invisible. And that's mostly it. Apparently there is an entire chapter with grandparents eating soup. I don't remember that at all. And then Max, our main character, he can't sleep because he just keeps thinking about going invisible. So he sneaks back up to the attic and he's about to go invisible again. And then the mirror starts whispering to him and then he runs back into bed. And I think that's what happened last time. So here's my disclaimer about this episode. This was a one-off experiment. We had, I think, just moved into this house. This is like 4 years ago, I guess. I don't know. Chris had moved to Vermont, and then he had been there for 18 months, and then he moved back, and we were excited to record stuff with him again in person. This is right before I started doing this show Below Grade Level. This is we recorded this, and I'm like, hey, we're gonna spin this whole reading books thing off onto its own podcast. We've had a really great time doing it, and I'm glad we did it. But I originally thought that we could have a lot of people on at once. And so I set up a bunch of mics and shit in our dining room, and it didn't work. It ended up working very badly. I think we had 2 of our current mics, and then 3 Yeti mics or something. It was Chris has a Yeti mic, and I had borrowed 1 or 2 from work or something like that. And the problem ended up being that the mics that we use currently are the cords are different. I don't know. I had to record it on 2 separate devices. I was oh, it'll sync up. It fucking didn't sync up at all. So not only were there major issues with getting the recording to be legible at all, there's also 4 guests on top of the 3 hosts. There's 7 of us trying to read this fucking book. And I'm pretty sure we start out kind of drunk, and we get super duper drunk by the end of it. It's not unlistenable. I'm just warning you, we get loud and rowdy. And we've gotten loud and rowdy on the show before, but we've never heard 7 voices all trying to talk about the book at the same time. So, with that said, let's fucking finish this up. Next time you hear us, it's going to be a new book, and it's going to be new recordings, and there's no more of this stuff for us to get through. I'm excited because the next time we read a Goosebumps book will be the first time we've read a Goosebumps book since this goddamn recording. So anyway, that's all said. Let's listen to the end of Let's Get Invisible. Enjoy.
Chapter 16. I pulled the covers up to my chin. When the hell did he get back in bed?
He ran downstairs.
He sprinted away from the mirror when it was
into bed.
whispering at him.
All right, for the listener, this was last episode. For us, it was 20 minutes ago. Mm-hmm. I felt so cold. My entire body was trembling. I was breathing hard, gripping the top of the blanket with both hands, waiting, listening. Would the whispers follow me into my room? Were they real or only in my head? Who was calling to me, whispering my name in that sad, desperate voice?
Aliens.
The dog.
The dog!
The dog that hasn't showed up since the first chapter.
Yeah.
Suddenly, I heard panting louder than mine. I felt
Dog
hot
panting.
breath. I felt hot breath on my face, sour
breath.
smelling and moist. It reached for me. It grabbed my face. I opened my eyes in terror. Whitey!
It was
I
Whitey! The dog!
The
Shit.
dumb dog was standing on his hind paws, leaning over the blanket, furiously licking my face.
Hind paws.
Whitey, good dog, I cried,
hind
laughing.
paws.
His scratchy tongue tickled.
Ew.
Gross. I was never so glad to see him. I hugged him and pulled him up into the bed. He whimpered excitedly. His
It's
tail
almost
was
like I forgot he existed.
his tail was wagging like crazy. Whitey, I haven't seen you since chapter 1. What got you so worked up? I asked, hugging him. Do you hear voices too? That's in the book.
What?
Yes,
Kid
said
is
Whitey.
losing it.
He uttered a low bark, as if answering the question. Then he hopped off the bed and shook himself like a dog. He turned.
was that voice?
Jonathan Van
It was
Ness.
a callback to
Callback.
Monsters Inc.
Call back. He turned 3 times in a tight circle, making a place for himself on the carpet, and lay down, yawning loudly. You're definitely weird tonight, I said. He curled himself into a tight ball and chewed softly on his penis, accompanied by the dog's gentle snores. I eventually drifted into a restless sleep. Have you heard our podcast before, Jordan?
No.
Oh, God. Well, you're in for a horrible treat. When I awoke, the morning sky outside my bedroom window was still gray. The window was open just a crack, and the curtains were swaying in a strong breeze. I sat up quickly, instantly alert. I had to stop going up to the attic, I thought. I had to forget about that stupid mirror. I stood up and stretched. I've got to stop. And I've got to get everyone else to stop. I thought about the whispered cry from the night before, the dry, sad voice whispering my name.
My voice.
Hang on, I have to see who's saying this. Oh, it says Mom. Max! I didn't know what voice to do.
That was really useful for you to.
That was a piss
look at
poor
that.
Gloria Child impression. Also,
Gloria
his
Child.
mom sounds like Gloria Child.
Gloria Child.
The voice from outside my room startled me out of my chilling thoughts. Max, time to wake up. We're going to Springfield, remember? What the fuck is in Springfield?
I don't goddamn know. A power plant?
It was my mom out in the hallway. Hurry, breakfast is on the table. I'm already up, I shouted. I'll be down in a minute. I heard her footsteps going down the stairs. Then I heard Whitey downstairs barking at the door to be let out. I stretched again. Whoa! I cried out as my closet door swung open. A red Gap t-shirt rose up off the top shelf and began to float across the room. I heard giggling. Familiar giggling. The t-shirt danced in front of me. Lefty, you're ridiculous, I yelled angrily. I swiped at the t-shirt, but it danced out of my reach. You promised you wouldn't do this again. I had my fingers crossed, he said, giggling. He giggles a lot.
Yeah.
I don't care, I cried. I lunged forward and grabbed the shirt. You've got to stop. I mean it. I just wanted to surprise you, he said, pretending his feelings were hurt. A pair of jeans floated up from the closet shelf and began to parade back and forth in front of me. They're really going wild with these pranks.
Yeah.
Floating clothes around.
Floating clothes are so funny.
Lefty, I'm going to murder you, I shouted. Then I lowered my voice, remembering that Mom and Dad might hear. Put that down. Now. Go upstairs and turn off the mirror light. Hurry. I shook my fist at where the jeans were marching. I was so angry. Why did he have to be so dumb? Didn't he realize it wasn't just a game? Suddenly, the jeans collapsed in a heap on the carpet. Lefty, toss them to me, I instructed him. Then get upstairs and get yourself visible again.
Get yourself visible!
Visible again.
Fuck. Silence. The jeans didn't move. Lefty, don't fool around, I snapped, feeling the stab of dread in the pit of my stomach. Toss me the jeans and get out of here. No reply. The jeans remained crumpled on the carpet. Stop this stupid game, I screamed. You're not funny, so just stop it, really. You're scaring me.
Can you imagine this kid just screaming at a pair of jeans?
Also, for the benefit of the guests, you're allowed to ad-lib whatever you want.
Oh, yeah. That's part of the guidelines. You can add.
Why? You don't need to. With
Yeah.
this
He's shouting at jeans.
sparkling dialogue. Sparkling.
I Dungeon Master D&D all the time. I have to ad-lib all the time. I have lines. I'm gonna use them.
Yeah, I'm gonna use this opportunity to not have to do this.
Acting. Just tell the word penis a lot.
You're gonna encounter a sentence and you won't be able to help yourself. I'm just warning you now.
You're gonna find the perfect place to put my penis in there, and you're gonna do it.
Your penis?
Yep, my penis.
He's gonna put
Jonathan's
your
penis specifically.
Jonathan's penis.
Go on.
I knew that's what he wanted to hear. Once I admitted that he was scaring... I mean, there's no world where this isn't about masturbation, so...
Right? That's what I've been saying the whole time!
What do you think gives you goosebumps?
I knew that's what he wanted to hear. Once I'd admitted he was scaring me, I was sure he'd giggle and do as I said. But no, the room was still silent. The curtains fluttered towards me and then pulled back with a gentle rustling sound. The jeans lay crumpled on the carpet.
Too late.
Just read both pages.
Oh, yeah, you can finish that one.
Oh, yeah.
Lefty! Hey, Lefty! I called, my voice trembling. No reply. Lefty! Are you there? No. Lefty was gone.
Shit!
Chapter 17. Lefty. My voice came out weak and trembling. He wasn't there. It wasn't a game. He was gone. Without thinking, I ran out of the room, down the hall, and up the stairs to the attic. My bare feet pounded on the steep wooden steps. My heart was pounding even louder than my penis. As I stepped into the heat of the attic, a wave of fear swept over me. Jonathan's penis. What if Lefty had disappeared forever? With a frightened cry, I lunged into the tiny room. Why would you lunge? You can just walk.
Penis.
Yeah, that's how you can break it. Yeah, penis first into the mirror.
Sounds like a good way to do some damage.
That is.
sounds terrible.
Well, it depends on whose penis.
It's Jonathan's, and it's
Free reign, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
The bright light reflected in the mirror shone into my eyes. Shielding my eyes with one hand, I made my way to the mirror and pulled the string. The light went out immediately. Lefty? I call anxiously. No reply. Lefty, are you up there? Can you hear me?
Fear clogged my throat. I was panting loudly, barely able to speak. Lefty? Hi, Max. I'm here. My brother's voice came from right beside me. I was so happy to hear it. I turned and gave him a hug, even though I couldn't see him. I'm okay, he said, startled by my emotion. Really, Max, I'm okay. It took a few minutes for him to reappear. What happened? I asked, checking him out, looking him up and down, as if I hadn't seen him for months. You were clowning me around in my room, then you were gone. I'm fine, he insisted with a shrug. But where did you go? I demanded. Up here, he repeated. But Lefty! Something about him looked different. I couldn't quite put my finger on it, but staring at his face, I was sure that something was weird. Stop staring at me like that, Max! He shoved me away. I'm fine, really. He started dancing away from me, heading to the stairs. But Lefty! I followed him out of the room. No more questions, okay? I'm all right. Stay away from the mirror, I said sternly. Do you hear me? He started down the stairs. I mean it, Lefty. Don't get invisible again.
Clearly now he's writing.
Oh my god.
Oh, did I just ruin the end of this?
Foreshadowing.
It's a long lost twin brother.
Grady.
Righty.
Jesus Christ.
Oh boy.
Okay, he snapped. I won't do it anymore. I checked to make sure his fingers weren't crossed. This time, they weren't.
Because the fucking rules.
Yeah.
Mom was waiting for us in the hall. So there you are, she said impatiently. Max, you're not dressed. I'll hurry, I
Was
told her.
completely naked.
Bolted into my room. Lefty, what did you do to your hair? I heard Mom ask my brother. Did you brush it differently or something?
What if it is Mirror Lefty?
Is it just like
Which is
parted on
righty.
the other side?
Yeah.
Mirror lefty is righty.
Yeah. Shit.
Wait, what?
What if he got replaced
Yeah.
with the mirror version of him?
There was no mirror versions of anyone at any point.
It's
They
in
were all
R.L.
just
Stine
invisible.
It's an
book.
R.L.
It doesn't
Stine
have
book.
to make sense.
It's all up for
There
grabs.
wasn't anything
What
about
if-
reflections. It was all the absence
What if-
of reflections.
What if Lefty is Whitey?
It's mirror related. There's a mirror involved.
My brother
Your hair
started
looks
licking my
different.
face.
It's fur now, and
My
you're a
brother-
dog.
My brother took a shit on the carpet.
What is happening?
I'm calling it. Lefty is now righty. I know you guys already said
I
it.
agree that Lefty is now Whitey, the dog.
Okay. Becca says Lefty is whitey. Me and Brandon say Lefty is righty.
Lefty is righty.
I believe Lefty is now righty.
I believe I said that first.
You said it first?
Jordan did
Oh,
say
shit.
that
I
first.
literally... Righty is tidy and lefty is Lucy.
I'll say he is.
Oh my fucking god.
Oh, Brandon wins
Oh
everything.
boy. All right.
My dear audience, you can't see this, but there is now a corkboard. There are strings connecting paper. Sharon! Jonathan has gone very deep.
Did you brush it differently or something? No, I heard Lefty reply. It's the same, Mom. Really, maybe your eyes are different. Stop being
on
such
the
a
other
smart
side.
mouth. Stop being such a smart mouth and get downstairs, Mom told
He's a
him.
dick.
Yeah.
He might be a dick.
Lefty was a
You're right.
dick.
He's doubled down.
He's a double dick.
Double dick.
Double dick.
Right, he's a double dick. Fuck.
Double the pleasure.
So he has to use both hands when he masturbates.
That would be so confusing.
I'm exhausted.
Can-
No, keep going.
Continue.
No,
I feel
continue.
like a stairmaster.
Nope, I don't want to. Oh, it's in my head already.
So like milking a cow.
Oh god.
I
We have 100% lost it.
Claire, keep
We're
going.
like
Kate.
we're one chapter into this shit.
Something was
We're gone.
definitely weird about Lefty. Mom had noticed it too, but I couldn't figure out what. As I picked my jeans up off the floor and pulled them on, I started to feel a little better. I'd been so frightened. Frightened that something... God damn it. I had been so frightened. Frightened that something terrible had happened to my brother. Frightened that he disappeared for good and I'd never see him again. You won't. All because of that stupid mirror. All because it was such a thrill to get invisible.
It's like he keeps saying that, but he's been like such a fucking nervous wreck about
Yeah.
it the whole time.
It's not a thrill.
Every
It,
time
like,
he's
it
like,
keeps-
I don't want to be invisible.
Yeah, he keeps almost killing him.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Then he's like,
I suddenly
so
thought
excited.
about Aaron, April, and Zach. They were so excited about Wednesday, about the big competition. Even April was going to get invisible this time.
I mean, things get weird when you first discover masturbation.
That's what I'm
and
saying.
then you invite all your friends to participate.
Try it
All
with
right.
me.
I did.
So, a bit of inside baseball for our other guests. Try to have the mic in front of the book when you read, because we don't know how quiet you might be when you read before, but you want it to be about that far away. So try to. No, you did it right. I positioned it
Was it
beforehand.
positioned?
Wait, who did it wrong? These fuckers?
Those two.
You guys did
These
it.
fucking
Okay.
yeah.
But that's okay. That's
These
okay.
fucking fuckers.
I'm sure it
Was not
sounded
paying
fine.
attention.
I wasn't either.
So, no, I thought. I have to call them. I have to tell them. I've really made up my mind. No more mirror. No more getting invisible. I'll call all three of them when I get back from Springfield. For some reason,
Why
I'm
the
going
fuck?
there.
What is in Springfield?
Also, I'm pretty sure they mentioned it, and we just can't remember.
They mentioned it, but the only thing I could think of is like his grandparents are there. But no, his grandparents are here fighting about soup.
Maybe it's
So
like
what the
Stine
fuck
really
else
loves
is
The
in
Simpsons.
Springfield
My guess is
other than
a
grandparents?
really juicy yard sale.
Antique shops. Right.
He's a child.
I know, but what I mean, his
But
parents.
it's his parents that
yeah.
want to go there. So.
Did your parents drag you to antique shops in
That's-
other towns
Prob-
as a child?
Yeah.
100%.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
What the fuck? I think I had more parents.
Behind you.
I'll call all three of them when I get back from Springfield.
Antiques.
Nice job on the shelves.
Thank you very much.
And I'll tell them all the competition is canceled. I sat down on my bed to tie my sneakers Whew, I thought. That's a load off my mind. My sneakers are now tied. It was weighing heavily on me this entire morning as to whether or not I would get my sneakers tied. And they were.
I wish I had stresses like whether my shoes were tied or not.
Right?
Having decided not to use the mirror
Simpler
ever
days.
again made me feel much, much better. All of my fears seemed to float away. Little did I know that the most frightening time was still to come.
Just
Yeah.
do that.
Just wait till
Okay.
you got
It's like a
someone
whole page.
pregnant.
Chapter 18.
Jesus Christ.
Imagine my surprise when Zach, Aaron, and April showed up at my front door on Wednesday morning. I told you guys the competition is off, I sputtered, staring at them in astonishment through the screen door. Well, that's just like a needless detail. But Lefty called us, Aaron replied. He said you changed your mind. The other two agreed. My mouth dropped open to my knees. Lefty? They nodded. He called us yesterday, April said. But Lefty isn't even here this morning, I told them as they marched into the house. He's at the playground playing softball with some of his friends. Who's here? My mom called. She came walking into the hallway, drying her hands on a dish towel, as moms do. She recognized my friends, then turned to me, a bewildered look on her face. Max, I thought you were going to help me down in the basement. I didn't know you'd made plans with Zach, Aaron, and April.
I did, I replied weakly. Lefty. We just dropped by, Max told Mom, coming to my rescue. If you're busy. Zach. What did I say? Max?
Yep.
I meant Zach.
Fuck it up!
Shit! If you're busy, Max, we can go, Aaron added. No, that's okay, Mom told them. Max was complaining about how boring it would be to help me.
Why does she sound like she's Zach's mom?
It's good of you three showed up. I'm trying to do Gloria Child.
Who is that? Do you
Who?
mean Julia Child?
That's what I meant.
That's what he meant. That's what
I
he
was
meant.
just like, I guess I
That's
don't
what
get
he
it.
meant.
But I never thought to ask.
That's
I
what
don't know
he.
what the fuck you're talking about.
Julia Child.
Oh my
He
God.
meant
She's
Julia Child. The mom's Julia Child. Okay.
Julia.
She disappeared back into the kitchen, like Julia Childs. As soon as she was gone, my three friends practically pounced upon me like tigers. Upstairs, Zach cried eagerly, pointing to the stairs. Let's get invisible, Aaron whispered,
of the book.
quoting
She said it.
quoting
She
the
said it.
quoting the name of the book. Page 102. They said the name of the book. I'm going to go first since I've never gone, April said. I tried to argue with them, but I was outnumbered and outvoted. Okay, I reluctantly agreed.
Good to know democracy is
Yeah.
Yeah, live
Yeah.
and kicking.
I started to follow them up the stairs when I heard scratching noises at the door. I recognized the sound. It was Whitey, back from his morning walk. I pushed open the screen door,
He went on by himself.
and he trotted in, wagging his tail.
Poor dog.
The dumb dog had some burrs stuck to his tail. Wait, no, it was shit. I chased him into the kitchen and managed to get him to stand still long enough to pull this shit off. Then I hurried up to the attic to join my friends. By the time I got up there, April was already standing in front of the mirror, and Zach was standing beside her, ready to pull the light on.
Whoa, I called. They turned to look at me. I could see that April had a frightened expression on her face. I have to do this right away or else I might whip out, she explained. I just think we should get the rules straight first, said Jonathan, sternly. Let's write them down for everyone to read.
She's got my number.
This mirror really isn't a toy and we know, Zach interrupted, grinning. Come on, Max, no lectures today, okay? We know you're nervous because you're going to lose, but that's no reason. I don't want to compete, April said nervously. I just want to see what it's like to be invisible. For just a minute, then I want to come back. Well, I'm going for the world's record, Zach boasted, leaning against the mirror frame. Me too, me said.
Fucking Zach. Me too,
'Cause I'm-
me said.
Aaron.
I don't even know
I-
Zach. I almost came in the head.
Yeah.
I really don't think it's a good idea, I told them, staring at my reflection in the mirror. We should just get invisible for a short time. It's too dangerous to... What a wimp, Zach declared, shaking his head. We'll be careful, Max, Aaron said. I just have a really bad feeling, I confessed. My hair was standing up in the back, my beautiful, beautiful hair. I stepped closer to the mirror to see better and smoothed it down with my hand.
Bekah's ad-libs are the best ad-libs.
I think we should all get invisible at the same time, Zach said to me.
Classic Zach.
His blue eyes lighting up with excitement. Then we should go out to the playground and scare your brother to death. Everyone laughed except
fucked
April.
Yeah.
I just want to try it for a minute. I can read. I had a stroke.
Which one?
you
What? Are you
okay?
What happened?
No, I literally lost
It
my
happens
place.
to Jonathan all the time.
That's true. No.
Right?
I am like, what words mean?
There we go. No, I literally, my eyes just went like
Your eyes
Just flew
went,
away.
My
went
eyeballs
through the
went
page
into
into the multiverse.
my eyeballs were just like yeet.
Reading R.L. Stine's like reading an Elder Scroll.
It really is.
So everyone laughed except April. I just want to try it for a minute, she insisted. That's all. First we compete, Aaron told Zach. Then we go out and scare people. Yeah, all right, Zach exclaimed. I decided to...
Well, the book broke Jordan.
Oh boy.
The book broke Jordan.
Yep.
Jordan has died.
I mean, to be fair, this is what I did last time.
I decided...
I decided to give up.
With respect to everything that's like happening, it's just like that's too wonderful line.
I decided to give up.
No, he's given up several times in
Yeah,
this book already.
multiple times he's like, whatever, I don't
He's got
care.
no grit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope.
I decided to give up. There was no sense in trying to reason with Zach and Aaron.
Oh, boy.
They were too psyched for this competition. Okay. Let's get it over with. I told them.
Jesus Christ.
The build-up
You
for that was such a
assisted.
letdown.
Do you want help?
Jordan, would this help?
I don't know why this is so funny.
Classic giggle loop.
Oh boy.
Oh man. It'll be serious acting. Done. But first I go, April said, turning back to the mirror. Zach reached up for the string again. Ready? On 3. I turned to the door as Whitey came sniffing his way in, his nose lowered to the floor, his tail straight behind him. Whitey, what are you doing up here? I asked. He ignored me and continued sniffing furiously. 1, 2, Zach started. When I say ready, bring me back, okay? April asked, standing stiffly, staring straight ahead into the mirror. No jokes or anything, Zach. No jokes, Zach replied seriously. As soon as you want to come back, I'll turn off the light.
Which Max should speak up at this point and be like, hey, the last time I tried to say ready, it didn't go as I planned.
Yeah, right?
Good, April replied softly.
Zach began his count again. 1, 2, 3. Ha 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 ha. As he said 3 and pulled the string, Whitey stepped up beside April. Oh, no. The light flashed on. Whitey! I screamed. Stop! But it was too late. With a yelp of surprise, the dog vanished along with April.
No!
They're combined now like the fly.
Oh no! April dog.
April dog.
April Whitey.
Chapter 19. The dog! Aaron screamed. Hey, I'm gone. I'm invisible, April exclaimed at the same time. I could hear Whitey whimpering. I don't want to do this. He sounded really frightened. He can suddenly talk.
Is that what Whitey said?
Yeah, that's what he said. Yeah, I don't want to do this. Whimpering.
A lot of talking.
Yeah. Pull the string, I shouted at Zach. Not yet, April protested. Pull it, I insisted. Why don't you pull the string yourself, loser? Zach pulled the string, the light went out. April reappeared first, and the anger expression in her face. Whitey reappeared and fell down. You killed your dog. He jumped up quickly, but his legs were all wobbly. Ooh. Why?
Why does R.L. Stine hate dogs?
Why? Why?
I felt bad for a dog.
Yeah. He looked so funny. We all started to laugh. You are a bunch of jerks. Yeah. Even Jonathan's penis wouldn't laugh at that.
It's true.
What's going on up there? My mom voice from the stairwell started us all into instant silence. What are you doing? Nothing, Mom. I answered quickly, signaling for my friends to remain silent. Just hanging out, being douches.
Masturbating.
Discovering ourselves.
I don't understand what's so interesting up there in that dusty old attic, she called up. I crossed my fingers, hoping she wouldn't come upstairs to find out that we were masturbating. We just like it up here, I replied. Pretty lame, but it was the only thing I could think of to say besides masturbating. Whitey, having recovered his balance, went running to the stairs. I heard the dog's toenails click on the wooden stairs as he went down to join my mom. I didn't know that dogs had toenails.
What?
But they do.
You didn't know
That's their claws.
They're
That's
commonly called claws.
That wasn't fair, April complained after Mom and Whitey were gone. I didn't get any time. I think we should get out of here, I pleaded. You see how unpredictable it is? You never know what's going to happen. That's sort of the fun of it, Aaron insisted. I want another turn, April said. We argued for about 10 minutes. Once again, I lost. It was time to start.
motherfucker.
Get your friends out.
Yeah.
Break the mirror.
Yeah, right?
Exactly. I would have broke the mirror. Yeah.
But then Lefty has no chance to come back, and then it's over.
And how are they gonna get invisible? It was time to start the competition. Aaron was going first. 10 minutes. 10 minutes is the time to beat, Zach instructed her. No problem, Aaron said, making funny faces at herself in the mirror. 10 minutes is too easy. April had resumed her position, sitting on the floor with her back against the wall, studying her watch. We had agreed that she would take another turn after the competition was over.
After it was over, standing there watching Aaron get ready, I wished it were over already. I felt cold all over. I had a heavy feeling of dread weighing me down. Please, please, I thought to myself, let everything go okay. Zach pulled the string. Aaron disappeared in a flash of light. April studied her watch. Zach took a step back from the mirror and crossed his arms in front of his chest. His eyes glowed with excitement and arousal. How do I look? Aaron teased.
God damn it. Aaron's got a complex.
She
about
really
herself.
does, yeah.
You never looked better, Zach joked. I like what you did with your hair, April teased, glancing up from the watch. Even April was joking and having a good time. Why couldn't I relax too? Why was I suddenly so frightened?
Probably because it's a trap.
He's been frightened the whole time.
Yeah.
You feel okay? I asked Aaron. The words nearly caught in my throat. Fine, Aaron replied. I could hear her footsteps as she walked around the room. If you start to feel weird, just say ready and Zach will pull the string, I said.
Hasn't worked once.
Well, this whole book has been this exact thing.
Yeah.
Over and over
And over
and
and over
over
again,
and over
yeah.
and over.
I mean, it really is living up to the title.
They sure got invisible.
I think getting invisible is a metaphor.
Oh, where was I? Oh, I know, she replied impatiently, but I won't be ready to come back until I break the record. I'm going next, Zach told Aaron, arms still crossed in front of him, so your record won't last for long.
I apologize for the mic dragging noises.
Jesus Christ.
Suddenly, Zach's arms uncrossed. His hands flew wildly up in the air, and he began slapping his face with both hands. Ow. Cut it out, Aaron.
One of them?
Trying to squirm away. Let go. We heard Aaron laugh. as Zach slapped himself a few more times, then finally managed to wrestle out of her grip. 1 minute, April announced from behind us. Oh, you hurt me. My father's a judge. Zach said, scowling and rubbing his red-ass cheeks. Aaron laughed again.
We need to watch a Little Shop of Horrors.
Yes.
You still feel okay? I asked, glancing into the mirror. Fine. Stop worrying, Max. Aaron scolded. My t-shirt suddenly pulled up over my head. Aaron laughed. Give me a break. Give me a break, I cried, spitting away. That's what it actually said, even though it fits the voice. 2 minutes, April announced. So, shit, she's got like 8 to go to beat the record.
Yeah. She's gonna fucking die.
I heard the attic stairs creaking.
No.
A few seconds later, Whitey poked his head in. This time,
Wait,
he
was
stopped.
that dog still invisible?
No,
No, he
they
came back.
made him visible.
Okay.
He revisibled.
Revisibled?
Yeah.
This time, he stopped in the doorway and peered into the room without entering. I struggled with that.
What do you, me?
When you forget how to read, it's so much more obvious. I forget how to speak. Go back downstairs, boy, I told him. Go down. He stared back at me as if considering my request, but he didn't budge from the doorway.
He's like, nah.
I didn't want to take another chance of him getting too close to the mirror, so I grabbed him by the collar and guided him to the stairs. Then it took a while for the dumb dog to get the idea that he was supposed to go down the stairs.
Oh my god, this fucking dog.
Dogs are kind of dumb.
It's fucking raining.
When I returned to the little room, April had just called out 4 minutes. Zach was pacing impatiently back and forth in front of the mirror. I guess he couldn't wait for it to be his turn. I found myself thinking about Lefty. Lefty knew I had called everyone and canceled the competition. So why had he called Zach, Aaron, and April and told them it was back on? Just one of his practical jokes, I decided. I'd have to find a way to pay him back for this. Something really evil.
You decided something stupid, Max.
8 minutes, April said, stretching.
Wow, a lot of time just passed. There's nothing happening.
Pretty good, Zach told Aaron. Sure you didn't want to quit now? There's no way you can win. Why not save everyone the time? Do you still feel okay? I asked anxiously. No reply. Aaron, I called, searching around as if I had a chance of spotting her. You feel okay? No reply. Aaron, don't mess around. It's not funny. I cried. Yeah, answer us, Zach demanded, like he demands everything. Still no reply. Glancing into the mirror, I saw April's reflection caught her horrified expression. Aaron's gone, she uttered, her voice a frightened whisper, just like I did. Aaron's gone. Aaron's gone.
Oh my god.
Chapter 20. Aaron, where are you? I shouted. When she didn't reply, I ran over to the string. Just as I grabbed it, I heard footsteps outside the room. A few seconds later, a can of Coke came floating through the door.
What?
Miss me? Aaron asked playfully. You scared us to death, I said for the 100th time this book. My voice squeaking. Aaron laughed. I didn't know you cared. That wasn't funny, Aaron, Zach said sternly. For once he was agreeing with me. You really did scare us. I got thirsty, Aaron replied. The Coke can tilted up. We saw Coke start to pour out of it. The liquid abruptly disappeared as it floated into Aaron's mouth.
Ugh.
Gross.
I feel like, ugh.
I guess being invisible makes you really thirsty, Aaron explained.
We're really
so
getting to the science of,
I
like,
slipped downstairs to get a Coke.
you don't see it, like, go down.
Product placement.
Yeah.
So wait, people
But-
downstairs just saw like a Coke get out of the fridge
Yeah, and
float
float back
around.
up.
The dad was like, gotta stop drinking.
But you
Do
should
it on
have
a
told
Wednesday.
us, April scolded. Her eyes turned back to her watch. 9 minutes.
Gas.
You shouldn't go downstairs, I added heatedly. I mean, what if my mom saw you? Saw me? You know what I mean.
I get it.
I muttered.
Because no one can see it.
Aaron laughed. I didn't think it was funny.
She's invisible. We get it.
Why was I the only one taking this seriously? Aaron beat Lefty's record and kept going. When April called out 12 minutes, Zach asked Aaron if she wanted to come back. No reply. Aaron, are you goofing on us again? I demanded. Still no reply.
You goofing on us.
I could feel my throat tighten once again with fear. I walked over and pulled the string. My hand was shaking as I pulled it. I prayed silently to myself that Aaron would return okay. The light went out. The three of us waited tensely for Aaron to come back. After what seemed an endless wait, she shimmered back into view. She turned quickly away from
Like a
the
vampire.
mirror, a triumphant smile on her face. "The new champ," she declared, raising her fist in a gesture of victory. "You're okay?" I asked, my feeling of fear refusing to leave. She nodded. "Just fine, worrywart." She stepped away from the mirror, walking unsteadily.
This book will never end.
I stared at her. Something about her looked different.
Opposite.
Almost righty. She looked.
Aaron. Right, Aaron? Yes.
Yeah. She looked perfectly okay. She looked perfectly okay, not pale.
Except her part was on the other side.
Suddenly she was left-handed.
Not pale or sick looking or anything.
A different boob was bigger than
Wait, you're saying you... Wait. God damn it! Jordan, that's funnier than what I was
good.
going to say, so I'm not even gonna.
Jordan wins.
Damn you.
No, we know. We don't care.
We don't care, but yeah, we know.
Yeah.
Not pale or sick looking or anything, but something was different. Her smile, her hair, her boob. I wish I could figure out what. Max, pull the string. Zach's eager voice jerked me away from my thoughts. Jerked me away,
I was
really?
hoping somebody else would jerk me.
Let's go, man. I'm going for 15 minutes here. I can get it up. I can keep it up. Okay, get ready, I said, glancing at Erin as I grabbed for the string.
And her boob.
She flashed me a reassuring smile, but something about her smile was different. Something. But what? I pulled the string. Zach vanished in a flash of bright light. "Return of the Invisible Man," he cried in a deep voice. You douche. Not so loud, I warned him. My mom would hear you downstairs. Erin had lowered herself to the floor beside April. I walked over and stood over her. "You sure you're okay?" I said. "You don't feel dizzy or weird or anything or evilish?" "No." She shook her head. "No, really? Why don't you believe me, Max?" She looked at me cross-eyed. As I stared down at her, I tried to figure out what was different about her appearance. Could be that boob. What a mystery. I just couldn't put my finger on it.
Well, how come you didn't answer when I called you? I demanded. Huh? Her face filled with surprise. When? At about 12 minutes, I told her. I called you and Zach called you, but you didn't answer us. Erin's expression turned thoughtful. I guess I didn't hear you, she replied finally. But I'm fine, Max. Really, I feel great. It was really awesome, but I'm backwards. I joined them on the floor and leaned back against the wall to wait for Zach's turn to be over. I really mean it. Don't turn off the light till 15 minutes, he reminded me. Then he messed up my hair, making it stand straight up in the air, and the part was on the wrong side.
Fucking cool, man.
Both girls laughed. I had to get up, walk over to the mirror, put my penis away, and then comb it back down. I don't know why people think messed up hair is such a riot. I really don't get it. Hey, follow me. I've got an idea, Zach said. His voice was coming from the doorway. Coming. Whoa, hold on, I called. but I could hear his sneakers clomping across the attic. Follow me outside, he called us. We heard his footsteps on the attic stairs. Zach, don't do it, I pleaded. Whatever it is, don't do it. But there was no way he was going to listen to me.
Jeez, make more noise with that beer, Dane.
Oh my God, I know.
God, Dane. Oh,
Quick,
Dane's the worst.
Crinkle, crinkle.
I love you.
I love you too.
You're the worst.
A few seconds later, we were out the back door, following our invisible friend toward our neighbor, Mr. Evander's backyard. This
Mr.
is
Evander.
Mr.
Mr.
Evander.
The first we've heard of him.
Yeah.
It might be the second. We don't
Holyfield.
know. It was 2 years
No,
ago
it's
when
that.
I read the first half of the
It's,
book.
here's the thing. It's definitely the first we've heard of him because this is the first time this book has gone outside this fucking attic. What page is this?
115.
115 pages in, they have not gone outside
They
the
were in
attic.
the living
Gotta
room
be
and
shit.
kitchen at some point.
Inside the house,
Like
yes.
maybe page 2.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Inside the house.
You gotta meet the champ. You gotta go see the champ.
Okay.
Evander's just like, I've been invisible like hundreds of times.
I'm Mr. Evander's.
He was doing an Evander Holyfield joke, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I get
I
it.
forgot it.
Yeah, I get it now.
He doesn't do sports. So
Do you get it?
Still don't though.
Boxer.
Go on.
Okay, this is going to be trouble, I thought unhappily. Big trouble. Aaron, April, and I hid behind the hedge that separated our 2 yards. As usual, Mr. Evander was out in his tomato garden, stooped over, pulling up weeds, buttocks exposed, his big belly hanging out under his t-shirt, his red bald head shiny under the sun.
Like a tomato.
Come on, wear
Like
a
a
hat.
tomato.
Is someone invisible right now?
None of that was
Zach is
improv.
invisible.
Zach's
That's
invisible.
Yes.
all in the book.
Was it not his buttocks?
No, his buttocks was...
No, but still, everything else.
You're like,
Everything else is real.
I see buttocks. Okay, so Zach's invisible.
Zach is invisible.
I literally can't keep track of who the fuck
Zach
is
is invisible. Aaron lasted 12 minutes.
Okay.
What is Zach going to do?
Zach is going to murder Evander Holyfield
Clearly.
in his tomato garden.
Yeah.
With his buttocks
He's gonna
out.
bite
Yeah.
the other ear off.
Scans.
yeah.
What is Zach going to do, I wondered, holding my breath, my whole body heavy with dread. And then I saw 3 tomatoes float up from the ground. They hovered in the air, then floated closer to Mr. Evander. Oh no, I thought, groaning silently to myself. Please, Zach, please don't do it. Aaron, April, and I were huddled together behind the hedge, staring in disbelief as the 3 tomatoes began to circle each other rapidly in the air.
Is he juggling?
Juggling?
Tomatoes?
Invisible
Imagine getting
Zach.
that's-
turning invisible. Like,
There's
she's
never
getting
said he had
bored
the
with
skill
it.
beforehand.
Yeah.
Invisible Jack.
I mean, that's pretty
Zach.
impressive.
What's his name?
Invisible
Zach.
or not.
Shit.
You can't juggle 3 things.
Invisible Zach was juggling them.
2 things maybe.
2. I can juggle 2 things, but not 3 things.
Yeah.
Where?
There we go.
How dare you? Invisible Zach was juggling them.
We broke her. Oh God.
But the thing that did it.
Like, was like, how dare you?
Welcome
It
to
wasn't
the,
all the penises. It was juggling.
I can juggle 2 things, like most people. Not 3 things, like most people.
welcome to the land of Mr. Toy Sweet. Welcome.
Oh boy.
Fuck, okay.
Oh my god, I'm weeping with joy.
Alright. I can't
Why do we
wait till
do
the
this?
beach.
Why would we do this?
Yes, seriously.
Invisible Zach was juggling them, showing off as usual. He was always bragging about how he could juggle, and we couldn't.
What a dick.
Oh boy.
Oh,
My
what-
father
you know,
taught me to
things
juggle.
that
My
father.
children brag about.
He juggles gavels.
What a douche canoe, okay.
He was a professional juggler before he passed the bar.
He juggles people's lives.
Jesus.
I made it real.
Aw.
Womp womp.
It took a while for Mr. Evander to notice. But when he finally saw the 3 tomatoes spinning around in midair a few feet in front of him, his eyes
He had a heart attack and died.
his eyes bugged out and his face turned as red as the tomatoes.
And his
Oh, he
head.
cried. He let the weeds fall from his hands.
You fucked it up.
Oh my god.
Okay.
You fucked it right up.
We're moving
Yours
mics.
was the professional.
We're moving mics. All right. And then he just stared at the spinning tomatoes like he was frozen, as if he was having a stroke.
Like it
Zach
was too-
tossed the tomatoes higher as he juggled, like a show-off. Even though he was invisible and no one could see him, he was still showing off. April and Aaron held hands over their mouths to stifle their laughter. They thought Zach's stunt was a real hoot. Hoot! But I just wanted to get Zach back up to the attic. Hey, Mary! Mary! Mr. Evander started calling to his wife. Mary, come out here! You've got to see this! Mary! A few seconds later, his wife came running across the yard, a frightened expression on her face. Mike, what's wrong? What's wrong? Look! These tomatoes are twirling in the air, Mr. Evander cried, motioning wildly for her to hurry. Zach let the tomatoes fall to the ground. Where? Mrs. Evander asked breathlessly, running as fast as she could. There! Look! Mr. Evander pointed. I don't see any tomatoes, Mrs. Evander said, stopping in front of her husband, panting loudly. Yes, they're spinning, they're... Those tomatoes? Mrs. Evander asked, pointing to the 3 tomatoes on the ground. Well, yes. They were twirling around and, looking terribly confused, Mr. Evander scratched the back of his neck.
And penis.
Mike, how long have you been out here in the sun?
The
His
underside?
wife scolded. Didn't I tell you to wear a cap?
The noise
Someone's
has stopped.
gaslighting someone here.
Oh, did it stop?
The spooky sound stopped.
Spooky sounds.
It's very quiet.
Oh, shit. I'll fix it in a second. As soon as Mrs. Evander turned and headed back to the house, the 3 tomatoes floated up from the ground and began twirling in the air again. Mary, look! Mr. Evander shouted excitedly. Look! Quick! They're doing it again! Zach let the tomatoes drop to the ground.
He sounds like he's constantly pushing out a turd.
Mrs. Evander spun around and stared into the empty space. Mike, you'd better come back with me. Right now.
Okay.
She insisted. She hurried back, grabbed Mr. Evander by the arm, and pulled him away. The poor man looked totally bewildered, staring at the tomatoes on the ground, still scratching the back of his neck as his wife pulled him into the house. Hey, this is awesome, Zach cried right in front of me. Aaron and April collapsed in wild giggles.
Oh my god!
I did not participate in this.
I had to admit it was pretty funny. We laughed about it for a while. Then we sneaked back into the house and up to the attic, in the safety of the little room. Every time I'm going to laugh at that. We laughed some more about Zach's juggling stunt. Zach bragged that he was the world's first invisible juggler. Then, at 12 minutes, Zach suddenly stopped answering us, just as Aaron had. The 3 of us called his name over and over.
For science.
For science.
Why have none of these people dragged the mirror to a bank and robbed it? I don't understand.
Right? These kids are not thinking ahead.
They're not.
Silence! Zach didn't reply. I'm going to bring him back, I said, instantly gripped with fear once again. I ran to the string. Wait, Aaron said, holding me back. Huh, what for? I pulled away from her. He said to wait until 15 minutes, remember? She argued. Aaron, he's completely disappeared, I cried. But he'll be really mad, Aaron pleaded. I say bring him back, April said anxiously. Give him until 15 minutes, Aaron insisted. No, I said. I pulled the string. The light clicked off. A few minutes later, Zach flickered back. He smiled at us. How long? He asked, turning to April. 13 minutes, 20 seconds, she told him. His grin widened. The new champ! You're okay? You didn't answer us, I said,
lasted
studying
that
his
long?
face. I'm fine.
That's what
I
she
didn't
said.
hear you calling me, but I'm fine. Zach looked different to me, too. Something was very different about him. But what? What's your problem,
His
Max?
hair was
he
on
demanded.
the other side. I'm calling it.
I'm with you. I'm 100%. I thought it before you said it.
I know you did.
Mirror people.
Mirror people.
What's your problem, Max? He demanded. Why are you staring at me like I'm some kind of alien life form or something? Oh. I was reading ahead.
Look
It's
like
over here.
people, except different-handed.
Your hair, I said, studying him.
I get your
Was it like that
practical
before?
reference.
Huh? What are you talking about? Are you freaking out or something? Zach asked, rolling his eyes. Was your hair like that before? I repeated. Buzzed real short on the right and then combed long on the left. Wasn't it the other way around?
We were right.
You're messed up, Max, he said, grinning at Aaron and April. My hair is the same as it's always been. You've been staring at that mirror too long or something. I could have sworn his hair had been short on the left,
It was
long on
all
the right.
about hair parts.
But I guess Zach would
We
know
said
his
that
own
as a
hair.
joke.
We cracked the code.
Can confirm.
Dusty.
Like, are you gonna go? Aaron asked, jumping up behind me.
But I guess Zach would know his own hair.
I'm so happy that Snort was recorded for posterity.
Yeah. Are you going to beat 15 minutes? Zach asked. I shook my head. No, I really don't feel like it, I told him truthfully. Let's declare Zach the winner and get out of here. No way, Zach and Aaron declared in unison. You've got to try. Don't wimp out, Max. You can beat Zach. I know you can, Aaron declared. Oh, that was the wrong voice. Well, it's fine.
Oh, no.
It's okay. It's just emulating her friends.
Yeah.
Teenagers are weird.
That's what you give the rating rolls.
That's fine.
She and Zach both pushed me up to the mirror. I tried to pull back, but they practically held me in place. Oh, I know where this is going.
Yep. Bondage.
Is it?
What they're about to do doesn't seem like it's going to be consensual.
Chapter 21. Wait, oh. Sorry. No, really, I said.
Chapter 20.
Before chapter 21. No, really, I said, Zach can be the winner. Go for it, Max, Aaron urged. I'm betting on you, you bitch. Yeah, go for it, Zach repeated, his hand firmly on my shoulder. No, please, I said. But Zach reached up with his free hand and pulled the string. You son of bitches. Chapter 21.
Are monsters.
For real this time.
They're
And
terrible.
that kid has a lot of anxiety.
I mean, they're
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, this kid has
Already needs to be in all of the
shitload
therapy.
of anxiety.
Like,
Well,
you
can you
guys
blame
wouldn't
him?
prey on my
I mean, to
anxiety.
be honest, his friends at this point.
Not
are-
at 12.
We wouldn't shove you into a mirror.
At, this
At
point,
12, you guys would have been monsters too.
his,
Just saying.
his friends are all
Absolute
mirror
power
people.
does corrupt, absolutely.
Look at Lord of the Flies.
I mean, his friends at this point are all mirror people. We've all.
Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
that's
and
true.
for real, so like
Do you
Lefty.
think the dog is a mirror dog?
No, he wasn't gone long enough.
Okay.
Lefty and so Lefty and Aaron are both.
And Zach.
Is Zach also?
Yeah.
Is
You-
Zach
You were in
just-
the
oh,
bathroom.
yes.
His hair is parted on the other side.
Yes. Okay.
You know that R.L. Stine named a kid Lefty, so you would
so
think.
he'll be righty.
Righty! Exactly!
The book, okay, calling it right now. Book is gonna end with Lefty tossing the softball with his right hand, and Zach going like, "Oh fuck," and that's it. That's it. That's the end.
Oh, fuck.
Oh
That's
fuck.
the last line.
Yeah.
of the book.
Anyway.
Alright.
And Whitey barks backwards. Don't know what that means? He just does it.
So it means this.
It's like, I remember reading these as kids, and at this point reading them as adults, I can really kind of see the stagecraft of what they're doing.
Yeah. I stared into the mirror for a moment, waiting for the glare to fade from my eyes. It was always such a shock, that first moment when your reflection disappeared, when you stared at the spot where you knew you were standing, and you realized you were looking right through yourself. How do you feel, Max? How do you feel? Aaron asked. Intimidated? No.
What's intimidating me?
Intimidating me, yes.
Today, Junior.
Aaron, what's your problem? I snapped. It wasn't like her to be so sarcastic. Just giving you a taste of your own medicine, she replied, grinning. Something about her smile was lopsided, not normal. Think you could beat my record? Zach demanded. I don't know, maybe, I replied uncertainly. Zach stepped up to the mirror and studied his reflection. I had the strangest feeling as I watched him. I can't really explain it. I've never seen Zach stand in just that position and admire himself in that way.
Missionary?
Yeah. Yeah. Because he's opposite Zach. He's Kaz.
Something was different. I knew it, but I couldn't figure out what. Maybe it's just my nervousness, I told myself. I'm just so stressed out. Maybe it's affecting the way I look at my friends. Maybe I'm making all this up, or maybe they're all backwards people. 2 minutes,
Right?
April announced. Are you just going to stand there? Aaron asked, staring into the mirror. Aren't you going to move around or anything? Max said. No, I don't think so, I said. I mean, I can't think of anything I want to do. I'm just going to wait till the time is up. You want to quit now? Zach said, grinning at the spot where he thought I was standing, the wet spot. I shook my head. I remembered that no one could see it. No, I might as well go the distance, I told him. Since I'm here, I might as well make you look bad, Zach. He laughed scornfully. You won't beat 1320, he said confidently. No way. Well, you know what? I said, angered by his smug tone of voice. I'm just going to stand here until I do.
This entire book has been just who can be invisible the longest.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's lasting the longest. It's a metaphor for masturbation.
Straight up waste of paper, but go on.
And that's what I did. I stood in place, leaning against the mirror frame while April counted off the minutes. I did okay until a short while after she called out 11 minutes. Then suddenly the glare of the light began to hurt my eyes.
I closed my eyes, but it didn't help. The light grew brighter.
Obviously,
harsher.
you're invisible.
It seemed to sweep around me.
We went over this last episode. It's Hollow Man rules. If you close your eyes, it doesn't matter because your eyelids are invisible.
So you see through them?
So you see through them.
it's Mystery Man rules. Oh, no. Okay, that's a different thing. Where if you're not looking and you're invisible, it doesn't matter anyway.
No.
So then can you
Okay.
sleep when you're invisible?
If you're in a blackout room, yeah. But if there's any light, you just see it. It doesn't matter if you close your eyes. If there's any light, you'll see it. Don't fold it. What are you doing? Those are the rules. Ugh, you're ruining everything. Go on.
I closed.
not in the note. Chris is doing just stupid things.
I closed my eyes, but it didn't help. The light grew brighter, harsher. It seemed to sweep around me, surround me, fold over me. And then...
Like a blanket.
Like a blanket. And then I began to feel dizzy and light, as if I were about to float away, even though I knew I was standing in place. Hey, guys, I called out. I think I've had enough. My voice sounded tiny and far away, even to me.
Oh, shit.
The light swirled around me. I felt myself grow lighter, lighter, until I had to struggle to keep my feet on the floor to keep from floating away. I uttered a high-pitched cry. I was suddenly gripped by panic. Cold panic. Zach, bring me back, I shouted. All right, okay, Max, no problem, I heard Zach reply. He seemed miles and miles away. I struggled to see him through the blinding yellow light. He was a dark figure behind the wall of light, a dark figure moving quickly to the mirror. I'm bringing you back now, Max. Hold on, I heard Zach say. The bright light glowed even brighter. It hurt so much. Even with my eyes closed, it hurt. Zach, pull the string, I shouted.
Do both.
Yeah, do both. What is happening? What are you doing? What did you write? Chris is being weird.
I opened my eyes. I'm reading now.
Chris is a mirror person.
He's a mirror person. Shit, his parts
I
are wrong.
opened my eyes to see his dim shadow reaching up to the string. Pull it, pull it, pull it, I urged silently. I knew that in a second the light would go off and I'd be safe. A second. One tug of the string and of my pud. Pull it, pull it, pull it, Zach! Zach reached for the string. I saw him grab it. And then I heard another voice in the room. A new voice. A surprised voice. Hi, what's going on up there? What are you kids doing? I didn't know who was saying it, so I didn't know what voice to do. I saw the shadowy figure of Zach drop the string and step away without pulling it. My mom burst into the room.
No.
Chapter 22. Please pull the string, I called. No one seemed to hear me. We're just hanging out, I heard Zach tell my mom.
Are you intangible when you're invisible?
No.
It's
People
just
can touch you.
if you're there too long, then you
You
seem to
start
like kind of
drifting
fade
away. You fade away.
Then fucking pull the string before you drift. I don't
You can't do it though because
It's a contest, Brandon.
It's a contest, Brandon.
Who can do it the longest? And
So
now
solid
that Becca's
waffle
back, you
for
both can look at it.
invisibility?
All right. Now that you're back, we can look at this weird note.
But where's Max? I heard her ask. How did you find this little room? What are you all doing in here? Her voice sounded as if it were coming from underwater, far, far away. The entire room began to shimmer in the light, flickering on and off. I held on tightly to the frame of the mirror, struggling not to float away. Can you hear me? I called. Please, somebody, pull the string, bring me back. Am I right? They were just gray shadows in the wavering, rolling light. They
Did your
didn't
watch
seem to
just
hear me.
say your name and talk to you?
What happened?
What did it say?
What is that watch?
Serious.
What did she say?
She couldn't understand what I was saying. Sorry.
She's like, Dane, I love you.
Gripping the frame tightly, I saw a shadow approach the mirror. My mom. She walked around it, admiring it. I can't believe we never knew about this room.
What? What?
Where did this old mirror come from? I heard her ask.
What? It's your fucking
It's your
home.
house, you dumb bitch.
I mean, really, I've only been in our attic once. So if there was like a hidden creepy room up there,
If there is a hidden
I wouldn't
creepy
be
room
that
up there,
surprised.
we'd fucking know because I would have like looked at it instantly.
Attics are just terrible in general.
I've been up there. I've looked around.
I poked my head up there once ever.
Should we look up there tomorrow to see if there's
No.
a little room?
There's
There's
definitely
definitely-
somebody dead up there.
There's a ghost.
If anything, there's like a hidden room downstairs.
We already saw the creepy room downstairs.
All right.
My dad once convinced us
Why aren't we
that
doing
the
this
attic
podcast
people
down there?
were
Oh
real.
fuck no!
Ooh, that'd be fucked
There's
up.
a lot of spiders
That's fucked
in
up.
there.
There's
There's an
too many
attic.
spiders.
Why-
Worse
How
than
we get
ghosts,
down
there
there?
are
Due to my
spiders.
dad.
Yes, that room belongs to the spiders
What
now.
did you think that they did?
Nothing. They just lived in the attic.
What happened?
Who did?
My dad once convinced me that the attic people were real.
I'm certain that we have like a little child ghost in the attic.
Nice.
Her name's
And now I know
name's
her
Willow.
name because John had a dream about her. the
I had
other
a dream
night.
about her. She wanted her sconces back, and in my dream,
Sconces?
here's the
This
thing.
house was built after sconces like many years.
Oh
after
yeah,
sconces
way
were
many
a
years.
thing.
But here's the thing. I'm pretty sure you were in my dream because in my dream, a ghost girl said, "Find my sconces," which I found, and then I gave them to you, and I was like, "These are that ghost girl," and I left. Which like
That sounds like something you would do.
exactly.
Well,
like it's
John
very
said that-
realistic.
I told him that, and he said that we told him that the girl didn't exist, so really it was our fault.
I probably put out a
You
cigarette
tried to
and just
blame
went
us.
like,
Did
all
I?
right, I'm just gonna
Yeah.
go
Oh,
deal
boy.
with this.
You said that we told you that she didn't exist.
In my dream?
Yeah.
I don't remember this.
You told me that in real life.
Well, yeah, like right after I woke up. I don't remember
I
that.
mean, we don't remember a couple chapters ago.
Pretty true.
That's fair,
You know
to be
what?
fair.
We're living in the
That's-
simulation,
that's
Jordan.
the magical nature of R.L. Stein.
All right, my mom. She was standing so close to me. They all were. They were so close and so far away at the same time. Please bring me back! I shouted. I
Oh, is
listened.
Max invisible?
Max is invisible,
Okay.
yeah. I listened for an answer, but the voices faded away. The shadows moved in a flickering blur. I tried to reach out to them, but they were too far away. I let go of the mirror frame and began to float. Mom, I'm right here. Can't you hear me? Can't you do anything? So light, so completely weightless, I floated in front of the mirror. My feet were off the floor. I couldn't see them in the blinding glare. I floated to the mirror glass under the light. I could feel the light pull me closer, closer, until it pulled me right into the mirror. I knew I was inside the mirror. Inside a glistening blur of colors. The shapes shimmered and rolled together as if underwater. And I floated through the glimmering shards of light and color, floated silently away from my friends, away from my mom, Julia Childs. Floated away from the tiny attic room into the center of the mirror, into the center of the undulating, rolling world of twisting lights
that kid
and
really say
colors.
undulating?
He 100% said undulating.
Wow, being in the mirror has really made him articulate.
Yeah. You found a thesaurus
I
in
found a
there.
thesaurus in the mirror.
Help me, I cried. But my voice was muffled by the blurred, shifting colors. Bring me back, get me back.
This kid is high as
Floating.
fuck.
Floating deeper into this glimmering world, I could barely hear myself. Deeper into the mirror, and still deeper. The colors gave way to shapes gray and black. It was cold here, cold as glass. This is
Gray and black
pretty
are
creepy.
colors.
Shit!
Where else Stine? God damn it.
And as I floated deeper, deeper, the grays and blacks faded too. The world was white now, pure white all around, shadowless white as far as I could see. I stared straight ahead, no longer calling out, too frightened to call out, too mystified by the cold ivory world I had entered. Hello, Max, a familiar voice said.
Oh, shit.
Oh, I
Lefty.
cried out, realizing I was not alone. Oh, shit.
Chapter 23. A scream of terror escaped my lips. I tried to form words, but my brain seemed to be paralyzed. The figure approached quickly.
Jordan, start this chapter again.
Chapter 23. A scream of terror escaped my lips. God damn it, Caboose. I tried to form words, but my brain seemed to be paralyzed. The figure approached quickly, silently, through the cold, white world of the mirror. He smiled at me, an eerie, familiar smile. You! I managed to scream. He stopped inches away from me. I stared at him in disbelief. I was staring at myself.
Oh, shit.
Me.
You'd scream you at a reflection of yourself.
No, Max, it's other you.
Smiling back at me, the smile was cold as the glass that surrounded us.
There was better than mine.
Don't be afraid, he said. I'm a reflection.
That's what I always
No!
thought it was.
His eyes, my eyes, studied me hungrily, like a dog staring at a meaty bone.
I wanna fuck myself.
I fucked me so hard.
You don't look like you're proud of that.
I'd fuck me.
Jesus Christ.
His smile grew wider as I cried out my fear. I've been waiting here. I've been waiting here for you, my reflection said, his eyes locked on mine.
My opposite penis.
No, I repeated. I turned away.
Boy.
This book got weird.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it did. It's always weird. I knew I had to get away. I saw the run, but I stopped short when I saw the faces in front of me. Disordered, unhappy faces, dozens of them. Funhouse mirror faces, with enormous drooping eyes and tiny mouths tight with sadness. The faces seemed to hover just ahead of me, the gaping eyes staring at me, the tiny mouths moving rapidly as if calling to me, warning me, telling me to get away. Who were these people, these faces? Why were they inside the mirror with me? Why did their distorted, twisted images reveal so much sadness?
These are his.
So much pain.
These are his actual friends in the mirror with him.
Yep.
Why is he finally just upset about it?
Because all their souls are in there now.
No, I gasped as I thought. I recognized two of the
this
floating
broke me.
faces, their mouths working furiously, their eyebrows rising wildly up and down. Aaron and Zach? No, that's impossible. Wasn't it? I stared hard at them. Why were they talking so friendly? What were they trying to tell me? Help me, I called, but they didn't seem to hear me. Their faces, dozens of them, bobbed and floated. Help me, please. Then I felt myself begin being spun around. I stared into the eyes of my reflection.
Hairs were parted on the opposite side. I don't think I noticed.
100%.
No, I would never notice.
100% not.
Never in a million years.
Brandon, if your hair was pointing the other direction, I'd be like, good to see you, Brandon. You've never looked any different.
Yeah, no. Same with you, my friend.
Yeah.
Brandon, Braden.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. If you were Brandon,
No,
I
fuck
wouldn't know.
fuck Braden.
I wouldn't know.
No, fuck
If-
Braden.
If your hair was parted on the other side, I'd be like, you look great tonight, Claire.
That's just it.
I have changed it
Like,
in the time that I've known you.
Mirror person.
But at the same time,
Like, Chris,
if I parted
if-
my hair on the other side and wore glasses,
Chris,
you would not recognize.
no, like, if that were on the other side of your nose, I wouldn't know. I would have never noticed.
It's not a wart, it's a mole.
If
Mole,
Dane
whatever.
Didn't have a head.
If I didn't have this stupid drop tooth
He did
on the
have
other
it on
side,
earlier.
you wouldn't
Sure,
give a
he had
shit.
it on earlier night. Yeah, I still wouldn't.
Look at it.
You wouldn't know.
I have one lower tooth. It's annoying.
Also, this is an audio.
But you also don't know how my hair is
That's
parted
why I'm-
anyway, so.
Expressing things.
I mean, the next time I see anyone in this room with a different part, I will shoot them immediately.
Shoot to kill. Shoot to kill. Fuck Braden.
Oh, God.
Kill him.
All right, Dane.
Then I felt myself being spun around. I stared into the eyes of my reflection as he gripped my shoulders.
Jesus, Dane.
Was that me?
Yes.
So my shoulders and held me in place. You're not leaving, he told me. His quiet voice echoed through the clear stillness. Icicles scratching against the glass. I struggled to free myself, but his grip was strong. I'm the one to leave, he told me. I've been waiting for so long, ever since you turned on the light, and now I'm going to step out from here and join the others. Others, I cried? Your friends gave in easily, he said. They did not resist. The switch was
That's
made.
a little rapey.
And now you and I will also make a switch. Fuck you. No, I screamed as my cry seemed to echo through the ice cold for miles. Why are you so afraid? He asked, turning me around, still gripping my shoulders, bringing his face close to mine. Are you afraid of your other side, Max?
Boy.
He stared at me intently.
Great
That's
thing,
what I
that's
am,
double.
you know, he said. I'm your reflection. Your other side.
Let's
The cool
kiss.
side of the pillow. Your cold side. Don't be afraid of me. Your friends were not afraid. They made a switch without much of a struggle.
That's why they all felt weird, and then they came out of it, and they were like, "Oh no, it was great.
Yeah.
Everyone should
I
do
love the mirror.
The mirror.
Now they're inside the mirror and their reflections. His voice trailed off. He didn't have to finish the sentence. I knew what he was saying. Now I understood why Aaron and Zach. Now I understood why they looked different to me. They were reverse. They were their own reflections. And now I understood why they pushed me into the mirror, why they forced me to disappear. If I didn't do something, I realized my reflection would switch places with me. My reflection would step into the attic, assume my role.
3 now. 3 pages he's hijacking.
Oh, shit.
I'll be trapped inside the mirror forever, trapped forever with the sad, bobbing faces. What could I do? Staring at myself, I decided to stall. Ask questions, give myself a little time to think. Oh, the Peter Parker strategy. Whose mirror is this? Who built it? I demand, he struggled. How should I know? I'm only a reflection, remember? But how? It's time, he said eagerly. Don't try to stall with foolish questions. Time to make the switch. Time for you to become my reflection.
Wow, Dane, thanks for that power play. With 3 fucking pages.
You're welcome.
Okay.
So good.
Okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I thought you loved me. I pulled away. I started to run.
Watch this. Watch.
Oh, I'm sorry. Chapter 24.
Thank you.
2-4. I pulled away. I started to run. The sad, distorted faces hovered in front of me. I shut my eyes and dodged away from them. I couldn't think, couldn't breathe. My legs pumped. My arms flew out at my sides. It was so clear and bright, I couldn't tell if I was moving or not. My feet couldn't feel the floor. There were no walls, no ceiling. There was no air brushing my face as I ran, but my fear kept me moving through the clear, cold, shimmering light. He was behind me. I couldn't hear him. He had no shadow, but I knew he was right behind me. He was... And I knew that if he caught me, I'd be lost. Lost inside this blank world, unable to see, to hear, to smell, to touch anything. Lost in the cold, glass, forever, unable to masturbate.
The end.
Another silent, bobbing face.
What?
And so I kept running until the colors returned, until light bent to form shapes, and I saw shadows moving and shifting in front of me. "Stop, Max!" I heard my reflection's voice right behind me. "Stop it right there!" But now he sounded worried.
Oh no.
And so I kept running into the colors and moving shapes. Suddenly, Zach turned off the light. I came bursting out of the mirror into the tiny attic room, into an explosion of color, sound, of hard surfaces, of real things, of penises. The real world!
Jonathan's and otherwise.
I just can't imagine someone bursting through a mirror without going, ah, shit! Ah, fuck!
Ow!
Everywhere!
I stood up, panting, gasping for breath. I tested my legs.
Yeah.
I stomped on the floor, the solid floor. I turned my eyes to my friends who were standing in front of me, startled expressions on their faces. My mom, I realized, must have retreated back downstairs. "Did you make the switch?" Zach asked eagerly, his eyes glowing with excitement.
Oh shit.
"Are you one of us?"
Kill him. Kill him.
Aaron asked at the same time.
Kill your friends.
Fucking Zach.
Yes! Yes, I did.
I definitely made this.
Wait!
No.
Smart, you stupid bastard.
Listen, listen.
Shut up, everyone. Shut the fuck up. Shut
Shut
up.
the fuck up. It's getting good.
She got real.
No, said a voice. My voice, coming from just behind me.
What?
We all stared into the mirror. Inside it, my reflection, red-faced and angry, glared out at us, his hands pressed against the glass.
Fuck. Yeah, both. Well, shit's getting real now.
He got away.
My
Taters.
reflection told my friends, the switch wasn't made. I don't understand, I heard April cry. What's going on, guys?
Oh, you dumb bitch.
Stupid bitch.
Zach and Aaron ignored her. They stepped up quickly and grabbed me by the arms. They spun me around roughly. The switch wasn't made, my reflection repeated from inside the glass. No problem, Aaron told it. She and Zach forced me up to the mirror. You're going back in, Max, said Zach heatedly. He reached up and pulled the light cord. Chapter 25. The light flashed on. I went invisible.
Are there opposite voices? I have to ask.
Now
that we know there's opposites, as Jonathan and I.
Well,
listeners,
voices?
I don't
Jordan
know.
predicted it first. He wins.
Listeners, I don't know what email you can send this to, but I want you to track every single time someone went invisible and give us an actual tally.
Ooh, that's a good one. And also, yeah, I don't know what email either.
Yeah, but we'll figure it out later.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
My reflection remained in the mirror, open palms pressed against the inside of the glass, staring out. I'm waiting for you, Max, he said. In a few minutes, you'll join me in here.
I don't think so, Starbucks.
No, I shouted. I'm leaving. I'm going downstairs.
I'm gonna ignore this.
This is a non-thing.
Yeah.
That's
No,
happening right now.
you're not.
That is a Jordan response to anything. Nope, this isn't happening.
No, you're not, my reflection said, shaking his head. Aaron and Zach won't let you escape. But don't be so frightened, Max. It's all quite painless, really. He smiled. It was my smile, but it was cold.
You said like the meanwhile at the Hall of Justice.
which is Ted Knight. The voice of that is Ted Knight, who played Judge Smells in Caddyshack.
Oh my god.
Ted Knight is also the name of Starman in DC Comics.
Oh, good for you, Brandon.
Yes, I know things.
Jesus Christ. Come on, Chris.
I don't get this. April is protesting back by the door.
April, you dumb bitch.
Well,
Even
someone
mirror,
tell me
April
what's
doesn't
going
know
on.
What the fuck is happening?
You see, hey, bro. Aaron told her soothingly.
So comforting.
What am I going to do, I wondered, frozen in panic. What can I do?
Break that shit.
Kill your friends. That's the main thing.
Just a few more minutes, my reflection said calmly, already celebrating his victory, his freedom.
I'm great.
April, get help! I cried. She spun around at the sound of my voice. Huh? Get help! Go downstairs! Get help! Hurry!
Is she real April or
She's real
reflection
April. Yeah, she never made it to her reflection self, so she's just
but
real.
Aaron and Zach are reflections?
Yeah, Aaron and Zach are and Lefty.
Is Lefty?
Aaron,
Oh,
Zach,
oh,
and
right,
Lefty
yeah.
are definitely reflections.
Yeah.
April
Lefty.
is just
April
April.
and the dog are normal.
April's just April, and she at this point is like, what? What?
Oh my god.
What?
Get it.
And I
Wait, we were in.
and Max is basically like, April, you stupid bitch, help me.
Call the police.
Oh wait, okay, so here we go. Get help! Go downstairs! Get help! Hurry! I screamed. But I don't understand. April hesitated.
Break the mirror!
Aaron and Zach moved to block her path, but the door suddenly swung open. I saw Lefty stop at the doorway. He peered in, saw my reflection. He must have thought the reflection was me. Think fast! He shouted, and he tossed a softball. Oh shit!
Oh, shit.
This ball smashed into the mirror.
Oh, my God.
I saw.
Lefty never became ready.
Yeah, I guess. Unless he is, and that's the end. I saw the startled look in Lefty's face, and then I heard the crash, and I saw the mirror crack and shatter. My reflection didn't have time to react. He broke into a shard of glass and fell to the floor. No! Aaron and Zach shrieked. I popped back into view just as Aaron and Zach's reflections floated up off the floor.
What?
They were sucked into the broken
confused a
mirror.
lot.
Okay.
Yeah, they were sucked alright.
I popped back into view just as Aaron's and Zach's reflections floated up off the floor. They were sucked into the broken mirror, screaming all the way, sucked into it as if a powerful vacuum cleaner were pulling them in.
That just
DJ
sounded
Roomba.
like-
Okay.
DJ Roomba.
Dyson?
Yep, a powerful vacuum.
So a Dyson.
With a Dyson
the
on
two
high.
reflections flew screaming into the mirror and appeared to crack into hundreds of pieces. Whoa, Lefty cried, gripping the door with all his strength, pressing his body against the door frame, struggling to keep himself from being sucked into the room. What the fuck are you doing with your hands?
This episode I did it twice.
It
Four?
feels
Four
like
times this
1,000
episode.
times.
Hey, you know what, guys? I live
And
here.
then Aaron and Zach dropped onto the floor on their knees, looking dazed and confused, staring at the pieces of
gonna do on their knees?
shattered mirror that littered the floor around them. You're back, I cried happily. It's really you. Yeah, it's me, Zach said, climbing unsteadily to his feet.
Bitch, you didn't recognize
Then turning
that my
to
hair
help
was on
Aaron
the
up.
opposite side?
The mirror was shattered. The reflections were gone. Aaron and Zach gazed around the room, still shaken and dazed and confused. April stared at me in total confusion. Lefty remained outside the doorway, shaking his head. Max, he said, you should have caught the ball. That was an easy catch.
What a dick.
What a dick!
Aaron and Zach were back, and they were okay. It didn't take long to get everything back to normal. We explained everything to April and Lefty as best we could. Can you explain it to me? Because I really don't know what the fuck just happened.
Mirror
April-
universes.
April went home.
Mirror.
She had to babysit her little sister. If I was April, I would have gone home such a long time
If I was
ago.
April, I'd be like, what the fuck?
If I was April, I would have started a club.
The Joy Luck Club.
Babysitters
I don't get it.
Club.
Babysitters Club, you dumb
Oh.
fuck.
I don't know what you're doing next. I'm a guest on this show.
Oh boy.
Because she's babysitting.
Oh wait, April was? April.
She had to go babysit her little sister.
Oh, okay.
That was a real plot point.
It took me a minute. I'm there now. Jordan, continue.
All right, go on.
Aaron and Zach, the real Aaron and Zach, helped me sweep up the broken glass. Then we closed the door to the little room. I latched it tightly, and we all carried cartons over and stacked them up to block the door.
Everyone drink.
Why? Why are we drinking at cartons?
Because R.L. Stein calls cardboard boxes cartons, and it's...
If you had listened to the show, you would know.
Yeah, I haven't listened in years.
That's fair.
Well, no, it's been years since we recorded the new one, so you're okay.
It's pretty fair, Brandon.
We knew we'd never go in there again. We vowed never to tell anyone about getting invisible or... or the mirror, or what happened in that little room. Then Aaron and Zach headed home. Later, Lefty and I were hanging around in the backyard. That was so scary, I told Lefty with a shudder. You just can't imagine what it was like. Sounds pretty scary, Lefty replied absently. He tossed his softball from hand to hand. But at least everything is okay now. Want to play a little catch? No, I shook my head. Maybe I wasn't in the mood. But then I changed my mind. Maybe it'll take my mind off what happened this morning. Lefty tossed me the ball. We trotted behind the garage, our usual place for tossing the ball around, and I lobbed it back to him. We were having a pretty good game of catch, until about 5 minutes had gone by. Until I stopped and froze in place. Were my eyes playing tricks on me? Here comes my fastball, he said. He heaved it at me. No. I gaped open-mouthed as the ball shot past me. I didn't even try to catch it. I couldn't move. I could only stare in horror. My brother was throwing right-handed.
Wait, there's more pages.
No, that's it. That's the end. That's the end.
Yes! You
But-
called it!
But what's, like, his end game? Like, the
Mirror!
mirror's broken?
Mirror! All right.
Yes!
Guys, thank you for being our guests.
Thank you.
You will be on shows that will air before this one. So
We
you're gonna...
recorded one
You're-
like 4 years ago.
Yeah, you're gonna time travel.
On different shows, you'll be a guest.
We'll record shit.
Confusing.
We will record shit after tonight that will air before this episode. Because this is the last Goosebumps currently. Oh my god, I don't know how to describe this.
This is a real
okay.
R.L. Stein plot happening right now.
It was the dog the whole time.
My name's R.L. Stein, and you're all fucked. So with that,
I want him to
Thank
end
you for
every
listening.
book with that line. My name's Royal Stein,
and you're all fucked. All right, thank you for
End
listening.
scene.
Good night.
Below Grade Level is a Cactus Radio production. You can contact us at podcast@cactusrodeo.com. Subscribe and follow on iTunes, Stitcher, and Spotify, and follow Cactus Rodeo on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for more entertainment and updates.